Fed pauses and subsequent rate cuts have historically been very positive for the price of gold. We're joined by Shane Williams, CEO of West Red Lake Gold, who shares his gold insights with us and the exciting road ahead for the company. Shane, could you share your thoughts on the current macroeconomic backdrop and implications for the gold price?
Yeah, it's a great time to be in the gold business for sure. It's been a long road, but like you, I see those macro setups coming, and it's a lot of people are beginning to get positioned within the gold. A number, over the history, normally when the Fed have taken a pause, we get that you get that Fed pause, and then as the Fed becomes, I believe we're heading into a bit of a recession. There's been so much rate rises over the last 12 months. It's been probably one of the most historical quick raises over the years. And so usually what happens is after that, you get a Fed pause. It takes some time to work it through, but historically, a few months after a Fed pause, we tend to hit a recession tends to come in. And after that, then we get some um, Fed cuts. And as soon as them Fed cuts come, that's when gold reacts. Gold has held up very well over the year. I know a lot of people are complaining about the gold price, but if you're a gold producer, 2000 gold is very good in the historical rate setting environment we've had. And so normally then as you get a Fed pause, usually the Fed fund rate's about 7 or 8 months on average after a Fed pause, you end up getting a Fed cut. You end up getting a recession. Usually the Fed is on hold for 7 to 8 months sort of time period as they do that hold. And after some time, a recession begins to hit, and then we get some Fed cuts. And once we start to see those Fed cuts and it moving down, then that's where really you get that leverage to gold. Gold begins to move. So that's the exciting setup. I think it's going to be really 24 and into the end of 24 and 25. So yeah, it's a good time to be in the gold price in gold mining and get set up.
West Red Lake Gold was one of the top performing gold stocks in 2023, rallying 62% for the year, significantly outperforming both junior and senior gold mining peers. Shane, could you recap the success of 2023 and share your strategy and catalysts for the exciting year ahead?
So yeah, look, it's been a fantastic year. 2023 was a good year. We really only got the project in mid-year. We the Madsen project, we ended up closing the acquisition in 2023. And look, we've moved very quickly. We've got teams on the ground. We got set up. Up to now, pretty much it was more about rowing. We were drilling. We ended up securing that project in April. And really it was all last year was all about rowing and the great results from rowing. This year is really exciting because it'll all be about Madsen. We're on the ground. We're doing drilling. We're getting the teams going. And we're really going to show the unlock the value of Madsen. Madsen will be the focus, and there's some really exciting areas within Madsen that have never been drilled, historically never been drilled, and they've been tried to drill from surface, but it's just too deep. So we're on the ground now. We're going to drill there, and I think once people wake up and see the sort of value of Madsen, there'll be a huge re-rating, and I expect next year as well to be the same sort of growth for the company and the value. Remember, Pure Gold was at $1 billion market cap prior to that, and we're at 150. So I see a lot of growth still to go on our story this year in particular.
Shane, do you have any plans to buy more acreage, or are you happy with the potential of what you already own?
Yeah, that's a good question. We have a lot to play with in open Madsen. We ended up taking a land package of 47 square kilometers. We have very little of it has been drilled by the previous operator. And so that's really our focus. Over time, we plan to take our time around Madsen and do a bit of work. Look, long term, there's a big consolidation play within the Red Lake region. There's a lot of juniors around Red Lake. We're going to have the only mill in the region. So there's a lot of opportunity. But look, for the near term, it's all about Madsen. It's getting down, doing the work, doing the drilling, focusing on our Madsen package. That's really the focus for 2024. And really uncovering the value there. A lot of people, the previous operator were in Madsen. They focused on Madsen. They had a lot of issues. They never really explored the full potential. So we're planning to do the full potential of the existing resources.
Speaking of Madsen, what are the most important things the team can do from now till 2025 to ensure Madsen becomes a profitable long life asset?
Yeah, look, At the moment, look, everything is there for Madsen. There's a mill infrastructure. Remember, over $350 million has been spent on this asset. So, and we have a lot of tax losses. So a lot of it is there. Most importantly is the underground and drilling and this close space drilling and really getting a handle on the existing resource that's there and growing. And just to give you a high level, which is really exciting, is the Red Lake mine, which is our neighbor, owned by Evolution Mine. You know, it was originally Goldcorp, and they were in these systems, and they drilled deep, and they found this high grade zone, which is a very, very high grade zone of 70 grams sort of material deep down in the system, and it really transformed the Red Lake mine and transformed Goldcorp. They went from a 50,000 euro producer to 500,000 a year producer in this one zone. So we believe there's potential for these zones down deep in Madsen, which has never really been looked at. So we've kind of a two-pronged approach. Focus on Madsen, get Madsen de-risked, ready to go, but also look at these for these deep systems, which really have the ability to transform the company.
Shane, you have an impressive list of institutional shareholders. Could you talk more about this advantage for your company?
Yeah, look, for the size of the company starting off, you know, normally around this size, it's very rare to get this many institutional or large shareholders into the company. You know, if you look at our peers, a lot of them are running on retail, and you know, retail are more short term. They're in, they're doing their trade, they're back out. We've been very lucky to pick up big shareholders who are there, know the potential of the company, know the backers we have, see the board we have, and so they want to be there for the long term. You know, Sprott, Frank, we brought in VanEck Gold Fund. You know, nearly 50%, 60% of our shares are held by very strong long-term shareholders. So that should give a lot of confidence to other guys who want to come in, see the shareholders list, and use that going forward. And look, they're all in for the long term. Frank is there. He's going to pro rata all the way up. So is Sprott. So is the big fund. So we're in for a strong ride for these guys. They're going to be there till the very end. They see the potential. They see the ability to build another Goldcorp with Frank and the team. So that's a good run for everybody, you know.
So what should we look out for from the West Red Lake team next?
Yeah, like I said, we just really the end of last year got into Madsen. You know, we really haven't shown the world the potential of Madsen. And so what's for the next really 6 months, it's going to be all about areas of Madsen and de-risking, so people will understand the value of Madsen, and also some exploration. And in the back half of next year, so there's a couple of areas called the North Austin Zone and the South Austin Zone. These are new areas that we've kind of focused on, which will drive a lot of the catalyst. But in the back half of the year, there's this 8th zone, which is the big high-grade zone that's deep down in the system. Never been drilled before from underground. And this there's already a resource of 100,000 ounces at 20 grams already on this deposit. We believe with some more drilling underground, we can expand that. And that's the back half of next year. So there'll be a steady stream of growth over the project, as well as the de-risking. You know, as you get into this, the Son curve, as you're well aware of this Son curve, we're with the main Madsen, we're in this boring phase where we're doing the definition, we're de-risking the project. But in parallel, we'll have this growth within these 8 zone and these new areas. So we've a double pronged approach to next year, which I think will be very exciting. The market will really see and grow the share price. I'm expecting the same sort of growth in the share price this year as we had last year.
Shane, thanks a lot for the excellent insights on the favorable macro backdrop for gold and the year ahead for West Red Lake Gold.
Yeah, no, it's great to be on with you guys. I love being on with you guys. It's a great platform. And look, let's keep going through the year. I love to come on and show the progress and give some areas, and it should be a good run this year. So I'm excited about it. Thank you very much.